Hey guys, this is RD Techie, and today we've got some news for you regarding Red Dead Online. I'll get to you on all the details and all my impressions and my little bit of research on the other side of the intro. Right, so Red Dead Online, or mostly Rockstar actually, came out with an update yesterday. And it came out yesterday evening, and the update was that GTA Online and Red Dead Online are getting massive updates this coming week. So starting with Red Dead Online, they realize we've been waiting for so long. Like, yeah, hell yeah, we've been waiting for so long. The game ran out of content months ago. We were waiting for that new Outlaw pass that just never came. And well, now they recognize that the Outlaw Pass and the new role is going to be coming, and it's coming on the 28th, which is next Tuesday, which is great. Now they're saying there's going to be a new frontier pursuit and a all new role connected to naturalism as part of an all new role, and it'll also have a new Outlaw Pass and many fixes and things that they the community has wanted. Well, the community has really just wanted content first and foremost. Let's get that out of the way. It wasn't really fixes. I mean, there are lots of fixes that we want, but what we really want was content, a reason to log into the game other than daily streak, which I lost mine. But anyways, let's go back to further down. One thing I do like is they've actually acknowledged that there will be updates coming in later, including some exciting new extensions and augmentations to an existing role in Red Dead Online. Just a quick preface, I'm doing this video mostly for Red Dead Online. I don't play GTA that much, so if you're looking for GTA Online news, might not be what you want. But they've also mentioned that they're gonna bring in a better support for people against modders and cheaters and people that hack and harass other players. So that's good to see them acknowledge it. Whether they actually do anything or not, that remains to be seen, but it is cool to see them acknowledge what I think is going to be what we're going to be expected to do with this new naturalist role. I think it's going to be close to what we were expecting with the herbalist role. I think it's going to be about cataloging and collecting examples and samples, but it is not going to be purely herbalist. That I think is going to change, because the picture they've chosen with this news is off a jaguar or cougar, so it has got some animal in it. So the way I see the role playing out is I think they'll have a daily target of 4 or 5 things, or they might have levels of what you are supposed to spot and collect or capture with the camera. So bringing in the photography role a little bit through the naturalist role. So I didn't actually know off the bat what exactly a naturalist role was. So what I did was I went and Googled it. So I went and Googled it, and I found what the naturalist role is. And it actually is a group of people that studies naturalism. So that includes the plants and animals and even geology. So I thought things like places like Kotora Springs, Mount Hagen, all these, the swamp, the vegetation, maybe we'll have some sort of like, you need to go and inspect these places. Could be, I'm kind of thinking really broad. It may be very simple as every day you get like 5 things you got to go and find in the wild, and it could be from flowers to the animals. And I think when it comes to the animals, I don't think we'll be hunting them, although if we refer back to the article, if you scroll down, there is a guy hunting an elk. I don't think that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to bring in some new animals and new plants, and I don't think it's going to be about hunting them so much as gathering information. Because when I looked up the naturalist thing, one of the most common thing they've said is the work of a naturalist is observation, interpretation, collecting, and classification of an experiment. So, I mean, they were people that collected sample and found species and found new types of plants and animals. So I think we will see new types of plants and some new animals come through. I don't think we'll be doing a proper hunt, Maybe we might see a legendary hunt come in. Maybe that might be the variation to the roles, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But so I think it's gonna come down to that sort of a thing where you're going, and it might have levels where you collect plants first and then maybe go into a little bit more of a fauna, and then maybe even some geological locations. But that is my thoughts on what the new role could be. I am excited, but I'm not very hyped, because I think considering how long we waited, this is gonna feel like, this doesn't have that impact that we wish it had. So, but the new Outlaw Pass hopefully brings in a Blackshire, which is something I would really enjoy, and I think a lot of people in the community would enjoy to ride a Blackshire. And just generally some new things that would be not just recycling of the past Outlaw Passes. All right, so one other thing that I wanted to say, this is Fritz Mueller. He was a naturalist. He kind of falls, let me just back off, falls in the timeline of the game, which is about 1892, 1899, to about like that sort of range. So that maybe is the kind of outfit we could be seeing with the Frontier Pursuit. So that's something I just thought, and maybe a stick. I don't know. I think walking stick would be a cool thing, but I don't think we'll actually see that. But I think that's the kind of appearance we will be working with, because it's mostly Darwinism and things, and I think it's gonna be a lot of cataloging. So it's like a herbalist role expanded to include animals and geologists. Now the next part is later in the year. This is the part that I want to focus on. Later, expect more updates for both games, including some exciting new extensions and augmentations to an existing role in Red Dead Online. Now we have the Moonshiner Role, which is the last update we got, and that was an extension of the Trader Role. I think sticking with the Trader Role, one possible expansion is Legendary Hunts, which is there in the single player, and it would be cool to have like a prolonged mission where you actually have to track the track the bear or whatever animal you're hunting, and actually devise some sort of like a raiding party almost to get it. So I think that would be one possible extension. Another one is, of course, with the collector, you get like the photography role or even like the rumored herbalist role. But I think with the naturalist coming through, herbalist will go under the naturalist role if it does ever come that way. But a photographer role could be possible. You might be asked to get certain, I don't know exactly how they would make a progression with photography, but still it is doable. And I think that would be an possible extension of the collector role. But when we come to the one role that I'm really hoping they come out with is the Outlaw role, and I think that's going to be an extension to the Bounty Hunter role, because it is very it's on the other side of the law, so it could be to the point where we kind of flirted with it in the Land of Opportunity missions, where you play both sides of the law. You play with the law and you play against it. They have the mechanism to do heists. So, and I think that would be the update that would kickstart Red Dead to like a new era of activity. But that is what I thought, and that I am really keen to hear what you guys think of this new update. Are you going to bother logging back in for this new Outlaw Pass and new role? Or are you just too tired of waiting and it's just too burnt out on the game to even bother with it? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know what you think. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. This is RD Techie, hoping you have a fantastic weekend and a brilliant week ahead. And if you're riding out in the Wild West, I'll see you there. Well, it's technically not wild anymore, but we'll still see you there. Just want to remind you all to stay home, stay safe, wash your hands, and if you're going out, wear a mask. This is RD Techie saying goodbye. Have a fantastic weekend ahead.